Hello, nerds. After I tried to do like a very improvised video, I'll do another improvised video because I think, not I'm pretty sure that this mic was actually kind of plugged in but turned off. X-S10 I have in my hand right now. I'm speaking this mic through. And now I have this sign, like a small record sign that shows me that this is actually happening. So let me try to explain the situation, why I have this camera, why I still have this camera, what I thought of getting out of this camera when I bought this camera, and why I don't need another camera right now. So until this explanation starts, let me just... I have this camera since a few years now. Actually, after it has been released, I immediately bought it. I even pre-ordered it because I was really in this Google sheet, Excel sheet kind of category mode where I have to get the best camera for the budget, for everything I want. I listed all the aspects I wanted to get off the camera and compared it to other cameras like the Sony A6400 was a really nice candidate maybe for having the camera I really wanted. Also the X-T4, but that was too pricey. I wanted a bit more like mid-budget friendly device. Then the Sony A7C came out, and finally the X-S10 came out. So it kind of ticked all the boxes I wanted to have out of this camera. Like it should get like vlogging capability or like stabilization like it has. It should have a good sensor for photography. It has the PSAM dial, which is for me a bit of a drawback because I like the Fujifilm aesthetic, like the film and the film analog feel, and also like the profiles, of course, the color profiles. The film simulations. I'm an analog nerd in that way. I kind of like what they are doing, except the killing of the film, like the real analog film they are doing recently. Not recently, like since a few years already. But actually, this all led me to the Fujifilm system. Sony was always a bit too technical. Also, like menu-wise, I wanted to have a more simple camera, not getting in the way of doing things I wanted. So, what did I want to have the camera for? So my main issue was I started streaming a bit. So streaming on Twitch, doing some YouTube videos, like having a good proper camera. I can do videos about maybe like just to do creative work in a way, but also have a good webcam, like streaming cam. That was like the main issue. The second issue was like having maybe like exploring the world of the vlogging genre, you could say. I was binging camera Conspiracies to find out which is the best camera, and I watched, actually, when I found this channel, I watched every single video until the point where I found out he's a bit like COVID denier, and then I stopped watching him. But actually, like the whole point of like looking at all the videos was not only like the humor, but also like getting a nice camera out of this. Because the issue he also has are kind of the same I had in my mind, but I wasn't actually vlogging. So that was like maybe the second reason. Then the third reason, have a good collection of analog cameras. On the photography side, you can see here my small, it's not really that small, but it's quite some camera collections. I've acquired the cameras I like, and there's also my Plauble. And I kind of wanted to have the filmic quality, like good nice pictures, even like for family, for going outside, for going on a trip. So just have like an easy, smaller setup of a camera. I could just take with me. And the only drawback I thought was the APS-C size sensor, because I really like 35mm format. Like film-wise, the original format, I would have loved to have like full frame, because I have some also Leica gear, Leica lenses, Canon lenses, Olympus pen lenses. Well, they might be better for APS-C, but the point is that I wanted to have like a good camera for and also using the whole frame of what the lens should be capable of, like for 35mm. So I always thought like APS-C would be a drawback. And then also the interchangeability of the lenses was an aspect. I wanted to have it more like digital camera aspect. That's why the PSAM dial was more like fitting in a way, to have like a bit more video capability, getting to use like the digital world of photography for me. And so what can I say now, after I have used it for 2 years? I have to say that I haven't used it that much I thought I would do. I have bought the 23mm f1.4 with a linear motor, so it's like the newest 23mm lens, like a 35mm equivalent. I really like the focal length on the analog side, and although this is quite heavy, I really like the bokeh. I always only had the kit lens, or I have the kit lens, the 18mm to 55 with 2.8 until 4 aperture. I also have the pancake lens, the newer one, the 27mm, but although it is quite light and pancakey, it's quite noisy, and it feels a bit like, oh, is that an alright process? The feeling of photographing with that it's not the right for me. I'm also not that kind of 50mm guy, so having a more narrow field is a bit not worrying, but sometimes I have to get used that it's so narrow. So I might sell that one, but I also have the 60mm 2.8 for some wide angle action. It's quite funny, but the main issue with all the lenses I have is that they only open like up to 2.8. So I never could really get like the really nice bokeh I have right now. It's an f.2, and with a full frame camera it would be even more. So the main issue was actually to like get a really good, what you see is what you get, kind of bokeh style, and with a nice background. And I think with this lens right now, the newer 23mm, I can achieve that. And it's quite fitting for the body, because the grip is nice for the X-S10 for photographing. The flip out screen is actually really good for video, but as photography related, it would be the flip up screen would be much nicer. Because I always like when I want to shoot from the hip or so, that would be a nice thing. So I think if I would just get like a nice travel camera kit, maybe the XE4 is much better, because just for shooting, I mean, I can get used to, I use analog gear, so I don't really have IBIS, never. So I'm used to like hold actually the camera still and then shoot. Or the X100, of course, which has a nice 23 pancake, and I would love to have this kind of like small pancakey 23mm lens for that kind of camera. So if you would go bigger, like the X-T4, X-T5, then you would have a bit more, maybe more professional feel in that way. I would love to have one photographing, I have to be honest. The X-T5 would be a really nice option, like an extra for this lens, for this whole system, in order to get like I don't know, a more professional like feel when shooting, like fun shooting. And the X-S10 in a whole, or I think it's more like a workhorse. You can get quite some nice pictures out of that. I mean, it's the same sensor as the X-T4. It's actually like just a smaller X-T4 in a way. and I like it for what it is, for what it can do. And I actually forgot like the other aspect I wanted to have this camera for, which is the film scanning ability. I have a used, or like an older Nikon macro with an adapter I can use for scanning film, and I tipped my toes into like film scanning photography for a long time now, but I never really like get down and concentrate it and put out like the scanning work, the digital work of like editing all the photos and then putting them online. I tried it out a bit, but in the end, or not in the end, right as of now, I'm still in the beginning, I would say. So these are all the aspects I kind of have thought like the camera would like give me, and actually the camera does. So still, I can only recommend it even now when the XS20 is out. The XS20, if you don't have to worry about money, I think the XS20 is definitely the better camera. The IBIS in the XS10 is sometimes it's quite shaky, so it's hard to explain, but it's like jitters a lot. It's not like a smooth transition. It tries to correct quite harsh, and you can see that. I will also extend this video with some other footage, like also slow down footage. I also use some different frame rates. I will all cut it in this video or put it at the end.
It's weird with the IBIS because I think it jiggles it around.
Or someone is eating a sandwich like this, and then the camera goes around, and when it hits you. But so in the end, the XS10 is still a good camera. If you just need like full HD, you don't really need the upgraded features for the XS20, like 4K. Is it 4K 60? I mean, it's a workhorse. I see like good content is being made with the XS20. Many people are digging like the concept of it, the upgradability with I don't know, doing like small rig cases around, and yeah, like doing that as their main YouTube camera. I for myself never really got into the YouTube making video aspect, but I have this stuff lying around, this footage, so I just thought, why not put it together, just put it on YouTube, just get it out there, and so I can continue. And this project was out for like in my head on the hard drive for a long time, so I just felt like I want to make it. So what can I say about it? It's still a nice camera. If you get a nice deal out of it now that the newer model is out, yeah, why not go for it and try it out yourself. The lenses of the Fuji, I think, are quite nice. You have to get used to how they look. Like the 23 f2 is, or like even the 35. I don't like the design that it's so narrow, but many people like the lens for what it is. For having a like smaller, lighter, more compact setup, and maybe I could also like it, but like I said, I wanted to get a bit more bokeh out of it, a bit more video capability, so I went for the 23mm. So in the end, nice camera, Misty approved. That's it. Bye.